Most shooters think accuracy comes from expensive gear or years of practice. That's wrong. The truth is, small changes in how you hold, breathe, and pull the trigger can double your accuracy overnight. Professional instructors have been teaching these secrets for decades, but nobody talks about them online. Today, I'm revealing 7 revolutionary ways that transformed my shooting and will transform yours too. These aren't speculations. They're field-tested methods used by competitive shooters and tactical professionals around the world. Number 7. The thumbs forward grip revolution. Here's something that blew my mind when I first learned it. Most people grip their handgun like they're shaking hands with it. That's a recipe for wild shots. The thumbs forward grip changed everything for me, and it will for you too. Place your strong hand high on the back strap. Your thumb should point straight forward along the frame. Now here's the magic part. Your support hand wraps around, but your support thumb also points forward, sitting right next to your strong thumb. Both thumbs are parallel, pointing toward your target. This grip does something incredible. It creates what experts call maximum surface contact. Your hands work together instead of fighting each other. The recoil gets distributed evenly, so your gun barely moves between shots. I went from struggling to keep shots in a 6-inch circle to putting 5 rounds through the same hole at 15 yards. The key is equal pressure from both hands. Think about squeezing a tube of toothpaste from both sides. That's exactly how your grip should feel. Your strong hand provides stability, while your support hand does most of the gripping work. Practice this grip dry at home. You'll feel the difference immediately. Number 6. The sight picture secret nobody mentions. Everyone talks about sight alignment, but they miss the most important part. Focus on your front sight, not your target. This sounds backwards, but it's the difference between good shooters and great ones. Here's what happens in your eye when you do this right. Your front sight should be crystal clear and sharp. Your rear sight will be slightly fuzzy. Your target will be completely blurry. This feels wrong at first because our brain wants to look at what we're trying to hit. But here's the science behind it. Your eye can only focus on one distance at a time. If you focus on the target, your sights become guesswork. If you focus on your front sight, you can place your shots exactly where you want them. The target might be blurry, but your bullet will go exactly where that sharp front sight is pointing. I practice this with a simple drill. I put a small dot on my wall and dry fire while focusing only on my front sight. The dot stays blurry, but I can see my front sight clearly centered in my rear sight notch. After just 1 week of this practice, my groups shrink by half. The front sight is your steering wheel. Keep your eyes glued to it. Number 5. The breathing technique that changes everything. Most people hold their breath the entire time they're aiming. This is wrong, and it's sabotaging your accuracy. Professional shooters use something called the natural respiratory pause, and once you learn it, you'll wonder how you ever shot without it. Here's how it works. Breathe normally while you're getting your sight picture. When you're almost ready to shoot, take a normal breath and let half of it out. Then stop breathing naturally. Don't force it or hold it tight. Just pause your breathing like you would during normal conversation. This pause gives you about 6 to 8 seconds of steady aim. Your body isn't fighting for oxygen, so you won't shake or rush the shot. Your diaphragm isn't moving, so your gun stays perfectly still. Fire your shot during this natural pause, then breathe normally again. I discovered this technique completely by accident during a competition. I was so focused on my front sight that I naturally stopped breathing without thinking about it. That shot was dead center. Now, I use this technique every single time, and my consistency has improved dramatically. Practice this dry at home. Just aim at something and find your natural pause point. Hey, we have 4 more awesome tips to improve your shooting accuracy. Before we move on to the next one, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel. This costs you nothing, but motivates us a lot. Now, let's get back to the video. Number 4. The trigger pull that pros use. The trigger is where most people destroy their accuracy, but one simple change will fix this forever. Instead of using your fingertip, use the pad of your index finger, the fleshy part between your fingertip and the first joint. Here's why this works so well. Your fingertip has no strength and tends to push the gun sideways. The pad of your finger has more surface area and pulls straight back naturally. Place this pad right in the center of your trigger face, not too deep into the joint, not too shallow on the tip. Now for the real secret. The trigger pull happens in 2 stages. First, take up any slack slowly until you feel resistance. This is called taking up the slack. Then, apply steady pressure straight back until the gun fires. Don't jerk or slap the trigger. Think of it like squeezing a stress ball very slowly. The follow-through is crucial too. After the gun fires, hold the trigger back for a split second. Then, let it reset slowly. This prevents you from jerking the gun during recoil. I started doing this and immediately noticed my shots moving from scattered around the target to tight groups in the center. Practice this trigger control dry. It's the foundation of accurate shooting. Number 3. The stance that doubles your stability. Forget everything you've heard about shooting stances. The modern isosceles stance is what competitive users use, and it's incredibly stable once you learn the setup correctly. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart, both pointing toward your target. Your weight should be evenly distributed, leaning slightly forward on the balls of your feet. This isn't a boxing stance or a fighting stance. You're building a platform for precision. Extend both arms straight out, forming a triangle with your arms and shoulders. This triangle is incredibly strong and stable. Your shoulders should be squared to the target, not turned sideways. This position lets both hands work together perfectly and gives you the most control over recoil. The key is finding your natural point of aim. Close your eyes, raise your gun, then open your eyes. If you're pointing left or right of your target, move your feet. Don't twist your body. When you can close your eyes, raise your gun, and open them to find yourself perfectly aimed, you found your natural point of aim. I used to struggle with consistent accuracy until I learned this stance. Now, my first shot and my 10th shot go to the same place because my body position is identical every time. Practice this stance dry. Step into position the same way every single time. Number 2. The follow-through that separates pros from amateurs. Follow-through isn't just about what happens after the shot. It starts before you even pull the trigger. This is where most shooters lose their accuracy without realizing it. Here's the complete follow-through sequence. After your gun fires, hold your sight picture for a full second. Don't immediately look at your target or drop your gun. Keep your sights aligned exactly where they were when the shot broke. This prevents you from disturbing the gun during recoil. Call your shot immediately. Before looking at your target, say out loud where you think that bullet hit. High left, dead center, low right. This forces you to pay attention to your sight picture at the moment of fire. If your called shots match your actual hits, your fundamentals are solid. Reset your trigger slowly and deliberately. Feel the trigger click back to its firing position. This sets you up perfectly for your next shot. Most people let the trigger slam forward, which disturbs their grip and sight picture. When I started focusing on follow-through, my groups tightened up immediately. I could see exactly what I was doing wrong with each shot because I was paying attention to my sights instead of rushing to check my target. Practice calling your shots during dry fire. It builds incredible awareness of your shooting process. Number 1. The dry fire practice that builds muscle memory. Here's the practice routine that will make everything else come together. Dry fire practice at home is more valuable than live fire at the range, but only if you do it correctly. Set up a target on your wall. Even a small sticky note works perfectly. Go through your complete shooting process: stance, grip, sight alignment, breathing, trigger pull, and follow through. Do this slowly and deliberately. Speed comes later. Focus on perfection first. Practice the ball and dummy drill at home. Load dummy rounds or empty cases randomly in your magazine with live rounds. When you hit a dummy round, you'll see exactly what your gun does when you jerk the trigger. This drill will cure flinching faster than anything else. Work on your trigger control with the coin drill. Balance a coin on your front sight, then dry fire without letting the coin fall off. This forces you to pull the trigger straight back without disturbing your sight alignment. Start with a quarter, then work your way down to a dime. I dry fire for 10 minutes every day, and it's transformed my shooting more than hours of live fire at practice. Your brain learns the perfect shooting process, and your muscles memorize the correct movements. When you get to the range, everything feels natural and automatic. The key is consistency. Same time every day, same routine, same focus on perfection. Dry fire practice is free, convenient, and incredibly effective. Make it part of your daily routine. These 7 techniques will absolutely double your handgun accuracy, but only if you practice them consistently. What's your biggest accuracy challenge right now? Drop a comment and let me know which technique you're most excited to try. And if you find this video helpful in any way, please subscribe to All About Survival to see more videos like this. Until next time, stay safe.